think it was just a laugh. I think Joe was just saying it's my day today, and Gabs is at the back there sitting on the thing. Yeah. More or nothing.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of More or Nothing with Ryan and Max. Max, let's start straight with you. How are we doing? How was your weekend? What a win over Quins. Talk us through it, the celebrations.
Max, don't start there. Max, we're not starting there. You know where we're going. We're going to go rewind back what just happened just before we came on. We're doing it. We're doing it because we had Nutface to prove that you had never been in a fight back in the day when you called a headbutt a nutface. Someone's chair, producer Jim's creaky chair, was driving us nuts. And we said, what the fuck is that noise? And Mark what did Mark say to put on it?
E45.
D45?
WD-40 with E45 moisturising cream.
Oh, he's got like a P45 mixed up with it. Oh, my.
That'll work.
It was one of them work.
Hey, Mark, I bet you, like, if like one of the kids, like, bikes breaks, you get the helper in, don't you? You don't. There's no way you're like, I'm not going near that. I've got to get someone
to do it.
Oh, put some D45 on it, meaning WD-40. Oh, that is absolutely priceless. Max, are you done what you said you were going to do this week? You are standing up. For those listening and not watching, he is now taking to the Standing Up podcast. This might
I kind of like it because I can
Max Laheath, what a weekend.
Big weekend, lads. Big weekend. Started off on a Thursday, obviously a Friday night game down at the Big Smoke. We left early, 12:30 from Bristol. Ooh. Arrived at Twickenham Marriott at 3 o'clock. Had lots to do, lots to see. Had a wander around Richmond. Very nice. Quite delightful. Hit the Nandos up for a pre-match meal with the boys. The whole
really? A Nandos pre-match?
Yeah, that's what we do now, yeah. When we're away, we hit up the local Nandos instead of the hotel food. It's mental.
Yeah, I suppose it's not a bad shout because most of the hotel food is absolutely shite.
It's not great. And Nandos is consistent. You know what you're getting. But yeah, there was more.
Hold on, well, just for those listening, because this is genuinely interesting. What do you eat? What do you eat before a game? God, fucking.
So with us now,
don't tell me you're going extra spicy.
No, spicy. Just got to be spicy. Double chicken wrap, pineapple, halloumi, couple of those, 2 of those, chips and rice. Happy days. Good to go.
Yeah, double up the carbs. I suppose it's a great shout. It's a great shout. I'm like, yeah,
more poultry consumed than a kind of Kentucky convention. It was good. It was good. Boys flying into it. Then you've got the whole day the next day on the Friday, just wandering around Richmond, etc.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about day of the game.
No. That's the night before.
Why the fuck did you leave so early? Why on earth are you getting?
I'm not responsible for these kind of logistics, Ryan. I just leave that. I leave that to the team manager, Pat Lam, etc. They can. It makes them happy.
Oh, I know why. Traffic. But yeah, okay. Sorry. I don't know where we're going with this. Right, pre-match meal done. The night before that is. Sorry.
Yeah. Night before. The aircon doesn't work. The whole of the Marriott is cooking. It was Turkish prison hot in our room. Jan Thomas hasn't figured out that the fan we've taken out of the wardrobe, he's put it on a timer. You know how it's got a setting for a timer and then just you can leave it on? He keeps re-racking the timer. So every hour of the night he's waking up to go And I was like, I looked over there and then I went up the next time to check what was going on here. I was like, why is he putting it on the timer? You could just put it on. So he's left that, hasn't thought of that. And the bloke is snoring like a train. It was unbelievable.
Is that who you always room with, Dan Thomas?
No, big Jan Thomas.
Oh, big Jan Thomas.
Yeah, Yanni Pacquiao.
Is that who you room with all the time?
Either he or Jake Woolmore, depending who's traveling. Yeah,
they put the props together because they all snore.
Indeed, that's how you. Yeah, it's like let's punish the other snorer with a snorer. That doesn't seem fair, does it?
I don't know. I think it does.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense. It's like a snake eating its body. It's like, why is that justified? But anyway, it's fine.
I imagine Jake Woolmore loves being naked as well. Does he just walk around the room naked?
Willie's fairly no, he's all right. Okay. No, I know what you mean though. But who are the most naked guys ever? Van Routenbach, the ex-Springbok prop, that was scary because that was like my first year in pro rugby, and I shared a room with Van Routenbach, 140 clicks of just Afrikaner flesh. He just whips it all off. I'm like this.
Yeah, imagine you're new to the office, right, Mark?
Yeah.
At BBC. You're new to the office and, I don't know, you're working with someone, he's the videographer, let's say, and you walk in the room and he is bollock naked. There is no other place that's
Mate, no other place. It's so odd. So weird, isn't it? Right, that's weird.
Do women do that? Do the women players do that?
I don't know.
Are we getting into,
no, that's weird waters. Let's steer clear of that. Let's stay back from that.
I'll tell you who did it. I'm not going to say who did it to me because that sounds really dodgy. But Ewan Murray, my first Scotland roommate, Ewan Murray.
Oh, that strikes me weirdly. I wouldn't expect that from him.
Bollock naked, just bollock naked. Just loved it. Jeff Cross was the same. But bollock naked.
Yeah. Fuck, it's weird.
Sorry. Anyway, so you've had a Nando's. You've not been naked with any men. The night before,
absolutely.
But you're very hot.
Very, very hot. But we've got through that. We then approached the Stoop. The Stoop's lovely, by the way, now. It's got like a box park all around the sides. Really good food. Incredible facility now. Full house. Absolutely going off. Light show, pyrotechnics, the whole shebang.
Doing it right.
Really doing it right. But the field, the grass, right, something's happened there. It's dead. The pitch is just sand. It wasn't great. Mate, scrummaging on it was so difficult. Because like your foot would like sink just from the force, like a sandpit. So you're like, your foot ends up on like in a little divot. It's actually quite good for so long as you're not trying to move too much. Because if you move your feet, you're like, oh God, I'm on unsteady terrain here. So much force going through you. But yeah. So that was.
So you weren't happy with the pitch, right? Okay.
Yeah, no, the pitch wasn't the best, but that's the worst I've seen the Stoop ever, as far as I can recollect. But mate, great game. 15 minutes in, I almost died at the air. Well, I thought we were playing at like Nepalese altitude. It was amazing. We were flinging the ball around.
Mate, I did see when Ibitoye takes off down the wing, you're the next closest person in shot. Like you are the next closest person in shot. But you don't arrive to the ruck at any point.
No. Lads. Someone else, get there.
Get there.
And then it's like, mate, there was this point in the game where we're down on their line, and me and Bill, I looked down at Bill Matters getting off the floor after a carry. It's like his first game for Bristol because he got his hamstring torn in pre-season. I was like, Bruss, are you all right? He goes, Bruss, I am very tired.
Wawale Saranga.
Oh, the big fellow was purring though. He went well. But it was a great game, man. Great game.
He did go well, didn't he? And they're the difficult ones. When you come back from such a long layoff, and you're not managed to get much under the belt. He turned up, the big fella. He obviously wanted to put on a show for all that level for the big money that he's getting paid. He needed to turn up, and he did. Fair play to Big Bill. The winger on who's the other Fijian winger?
Calamari
Ravuvu. Oh, my no. He was flying as well. You could tell, and every time like one of them did something good, they were bouncing into it, like celebrating each other.
Yeah, mate, it was class. It was a great day out. We went down like a couple of scores, but we got back into it. A lot of faith in the boys. The Bristol way, the Bears way, was in full flow, man. It was mental. I was really happy with everyone. I thought everyone played very well.
What was it? Ibitoye and Marler going? What was going on there? Because he scored his try. He jumps. He sits on the hoardings. He waits for everyone else to get there because he's obviously taken off, and like you're in a ruck somewhere, so you're not celebrating.
I'm like this. Oh yeah, you guys having fun down there?
What's he doing? Why is he sitting on the edge of the hoardings? Oh, he's celebrating.
Oh yeah,
it takes a while. But him and Marler were having a little go to. What was it a laugh, or were they annoyed at each other? What was going on?
I think it was just a laugh. I think Joe was just saying it's my day today, and Gabs is at the back there sitting on the thing. Yeah.
That's
fine. Not entirely sure. Yeah.
That's fine. I thought it was something to do with because he was celebrating before he went over and scored the try.
Yeah.
He did do that. He does that a lot. He does do that a lot because it does happen. It happens a fair bit. I'm sure it'll happen a bit more.
Whilst we're on celebrations, right? Because I watch them and I go, "Oh, you've got to be careful there," you know. And I obviously know, like when you rewatch it, you know what's coming. You know that Bristol are going to go and hand them their ass. So then you've got Quins scoring, but in football, it's obviously a huge occasion, isn't it? You score a goal and everyone gets together. There's a big celebration. Like I enjoy it. I think you should
Yes.
Like, gone on a day where you score a try and then sort of just walk back with the ball and everyone like pats you on the head. Get the crowd going, celebrate. I like it.
100%.
Yeah, I think we remember that year in Super Rugby where the celebrations just got more and more elaborate. I think it was when the Reds won it. Everyone was doing the Dougie. Everyone was doing like Dig Buani.
Cipriani had one with he did the snake.
It was all that time around Cipriani, Quade Cooper, all those boys.
Sanger, like everyone was just doing mad stuff. That was the year of the celebration. But yeah, I think rugby's got this sort of humility problem, doesn't it? Humble. Yeah. Be humble. Be very humble.
Nah. Individuals, we need it. We need that Gabi doing that.
I'm with 100%. You. Completely agree. Yeah.
Speaking of which, a quick one you mentioned, Matter, that tap penalty move. Max, did you guys practice that? Did you see it, Ryan? It was like,
of course, right out of the fucking practice it, you nutter.
Yes.
No, but we've talked about this before on the show where we had, I can't remember which team it was, and they had 3 in a row and they were all really gash, right? Do you remember that last season? And it was, I can't remember which team.
I want to get Mark on comms. Just going, that was gash.
That was good. That was a bit shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. It was a very, that's another thing that I think rugby and like it's evolving the tap penalty, and there's loads of cool stuff happening off it. It's almost becoming like like the Barbarians way, like pretending to put up your jumper, form a wall. That's another thing that they're trying to introduce more of that, and you see it. It makes a difference because there's loads of different ways. Gone are the days of just tapping and just sticking your head down, which some teams do. But the innovation there, love it, and that one came off. Absolute wonder. Yeah, Big Bill didn't even get touched, did he?
No, he ghosted for his turnstiles for the big fella. But yeah, no, it's become a new set piece, hasn't it? The tap penalty. You can get quite elaborate, get weird. You can practice it. It's great stuff.
We're 12 minutes in. How's the back standing up doing the podcast?
Luscious.
Really? So I get a bad back standing up.
Oh no, I'm the opposite. If I sit down, my glutes glow with the fire of Hades. Like it's awful. So I got to stand up. Feels much better.
Joe Marler, we got to speak about him, have we?
Yeah, give flowers to the big fella. Huge career, massive service to English rugby. Obviously, a cult figure for his sort of comedic and somewhat unhinged sledging at times. But yeah, good crack all round.
Not always welcomed at Bristol though after last season stuff. But a quick one. On the celebrations, Max, you guys must have gone out then afterwards.
Some of the boys did. A lot of the men went back. I was knackered. I was used like a tea bag. So I just went home, rested the carcass, caught up with the family.
So you stayed in London though?
No, I stayed in London, yeah. Caught up with some friends, fam. It was nice. It was wholesome. It was really nice. Sister came down. She watched the game. Yeah, that was it. Nothing too hedonic. I'm sorry, Mark. If you were the boys went to Vauxhall for a little night out to a Latin club, took the young RGs out, you know how they are. And they had a great time. Listened to some reggaeton, Big Latin community down Vauxhall way, as you know.
Oh, it's a big win for you boys. I was buzzing to see it. I think we moved on too quickly from Marler personally, because he has been a big thing, like in terms of the way that players are sort of looked at. He is out there. He's on his own, isn't he? The way he goes.
Mate, 100%. I think he's broken the mold in lots of ways. He's sort of branding an individuality about bringing sort of your authentic self to the game and celebrating that. And yeah, long may.
Do you reckon he's probably sort of one of the first ones to do it, isn't he? If you really think about it, especially in English rugby.
Yeah, I suppose he is.
Think of anyone else?
No, not who did it with such sort of abandon and flair. I can't really think of anyone. Yeah, he flew into it.
He must have something lined up, though. I'm telling you now, you don't retire midway through the season like that. I know he said it's his body and this, and he just can't be bothered anymore, but I reckon he's got a big TV gig lined up. But anyway, you ruined his party. You're out of order. It was meant to be the big farewell, the nice send-off for Joe Marler, and you've gone and punished him. Max Heath.
Yeah,
dreams.
Well, yeah, it was a big day. We played very well.
You did, and you deserved it.
Ryan, talk us through your week. You've been doing your punditry thing, being a bit of a pundit.
I have been doing punditry stuff. Again, run a blank again. Can't remember what I did last week, but crikey, it's bad, isn't it?
You with Barks?
Do you know? Yeah, I was at Glasgow today, boys, and I was like watching the boys train, and I don't think I missed the training, right? Because it's freezing and it was miserable up here. But it's European week and they've got even the different balls out, like the different balls come out.
Yeah.
And say, and they change the pads on the post protectors.
Oh, yeah.
All their European ones. And there's just a little bit of a different feel around it.
The energy changes and then everyone's getting a bit more kind of enthusiastic. The vibe goes up. It's all good, isn't it? Yeah.
The reason I say that is because, I sort of was like, I don't miss training, but I miss being part of weeks like this where you're like, this is it. We're into Europe now, boys. And I was chatting to the kit man, Shizzle, and I was just like, miss it. I miss it, but I don't miss the training. How do I just have the good bits of it?
That's the cake and eat it.
Exactly. How do I just have my cake and eat it? But I suppose going into Europe as a pundit. But the punditry stuff was all right the weekend. I was over at Edinburgh on Friday with Barks. No, I wasn't. I was at Glasgow on Friday where Glasgow played Scarlets. Saw Garth Davies and a few of the Scarlets boys. They're good lads. I like them. Opportunity for Scarlets to win, but they didn't. We'll probably get onto the URC stuff because Glasgow had a really inexperienced pack out, so we'll talk about that later. And then I was over to Edinburgh on Saturday where they nearly butchered a 35-0 lead at half time, so we'll get onto that. So other than that, I've laid off the booze, boys. I think it was easier getting drunk and going to rugby training than it is having a hangover in real life. That sounds ridiculous, Max, right? But hear me out. And there is method to this. When I was a rugby player and I had a hangover, on a Monday, you'd go in, you'd sweat it out in the gym, you'd train, and it was just, you don't really need to think. You just go out there and you just train. It's like part of what you've done for 14 years. It's easy. I just would go out and train. And I was always pretty good at training with a hangover, right? But then you've sweated it out and you're with the boys. So you go in and they're a bit dusty as well.
And they get you through it, yeah.
And they'll get you through it. And so you're with 50 of your mates who are like, oh, yeah, what about so-and-so at the weekend? Yeah, Whereas if you have a hangover when you're not in that environment, you're on your own. You've got loads of admin and shit that you've not driven to do. You're like, oh, yuck, I'm not doing that. I'll leave it till tomorrow. You've got the kids. You're left at home. Do the school run. Like, no, I'm hungover. So it's not worth drinking anymore because it's just like, well, I'm just on my own, getting anxiety on my own. I'm not with the boys.
Oh mate, it's the worst, isn't it? The grog horrors, the beer fear.
But is that's if you really think about it, that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're also a younger man. We're talking about a younger
No. That's got nothing to do with it.
I think it does. I think it does a little bit. Your ability to like metabolize alcohol is definitely wanes as you get older.
I'm telling you now, I would rather have a hangover and go and do a hour-long Maul session than sit and have to look at emails or like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a grim satisfaction to training with like the hangy. I agree.
And at the end of the day, you're like, you get to, and it's not a proper full-on day, but it's like 3:30.
Yeah.
Jump in the sauna with the boys, and you're like, thank God.
The riding, you're like mini celebrating because you got through it together.
Maybe I should just start training with the team on a Monday, right? Because Glasgow are lacking with back rows and back rows at the moment.
Oh, you could be like.
Has anyone talked to you about it though, or are you just making this scenario in your head?
No, I'm just making it up. I said it. I did say it to Franco. I said, "You're looking a little bit thin in the back row there," and he was like, "Oh, we're fine." But Matt, there it is. Maybe we should look at doing it. I'm going to go back and start training on a Monday just so I can get pissed on the weekend.
Yeah, I think that's
because even going to David Lloyd on your own, it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
You don't enjoy it?
No, fuck no. I mean, thank you very much, David Lloyd, for my ambassador role. But no, I hate the gym. I just hate the gym. I like being in the gym with the boys, having a laugh.
I enjoy that because it is like a big social hub of a rugby club. I think there's like a debrief that happens in the gym. In between sets, you're getting jolly, you're laughing, you're talking about the weekend, what happened, the antics, bits in the game, having a good laugh. However, there's something to be said for the solitary confinement of steel clanging. And you grow and nourish your body.
No, there is not.
Every now and again, I love it. Just a little temple of tin session.
Max, you're also talking about somebody who doesn't even have a locker anymore at the club, who's sitting there going in for training on a Monday morning as a hypothetical.
I could take a locker over if I wanted.
That's not my point. My point is I can have a locker. I can have a locker now.
But the Fijians do it. Like when I told you, when we go down, like you got Tex Cavambati just slotting into training with the Fijians at national level, just coming down and training. So why not? There's a Fijian element about it. Anyway, so that went off track, but that was my week.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Max has had a Nandos, not slept naked, been boiling hot, then woke up. Sandy pitch. He's ruined the pitch. He's ruined Joe Marler's weekend, and I've just basically thought about how I can get drunk and not feel bad about it on a Monday.
Basically, you're looking for the cure for the beer fear, which is fair enough. I think you could make a lot of money if you could like bottle that. Imagine. Anyway, we digress again.
Right, we digress because do you remember when I was like, we just whip through quickly?
Yeah.
Let's get into everything, and you're like, let's talk about who's the most naked human being and how Ryan.
And whilst you're on that, make sure you drive the algorithm for us, as I have.
Yes, comments
every week. Make sure you comment because we enjoy your comments. We like you climbing into the comments. We like you commenting on our clips. We like you sending our clips to the moon with Sione Tuipolotu's clip this week, which went over 1 million views, boys, on Instagram.
Yeah,
that ain't bad,
didn't it? It was like rugby league versus union. That's how league fellas do it, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Stop. And then straight off the bat, you're like, "Oh, no arms. Oh, shut up, get out of here." But incredible. And if only we were able to monetize it.
If only somehow we have all of this gold, and yet we don't know. We need an alchemist.
But we enjoy your comments. We enjoy you driving the algorithm in the right way. So if you want to comment on any of that shit that we've just talked about over the last 20 minutes, talk about Max eating spicy Nandos before. If you've ever had a weird naked roommate, maybe tag him.
Tag him and see what he says.
Or her. But yeah, thank you very much. Keep driving it in the right direction. Yeah, baby. Like and subscribe.
And also, just keep going. It's you, Ryan, that takes all of the hits. And we know that you have a slightly different mindset about that because you've been built differently to every other human being on earth, that you can somehow take it. But yeah, I loved it. People really jumping in with the Peter Stuff Du Toit stuff.
They weren't happy about that comment. They weren't happy.
40 minutes when he's, I believe, the second most sort of minute guy whole of the Springboks.
Lured him in there, didn't we? Look at this.
Yeah, got him in. What's that? That's something.
TikTok shop. I'm showing a little green tub. Very strange. Max, I'm guessing you would not be allowed to inhale this because it's probably a banned substance. Hong Thai brand. It's a Thai inhaler. And basically, just open it up, right? You know, I was a bit bunged up a few weeks ago. And you know when it's coming into... It's coming
is it illegal for you to do this? Whatever you're about to do?
I don't know, but you're coming into the winter, right? And Bex is trying to put the heating on all the time. I'm like, no. But you know, the heating clicks on early in the morning. You wake up a bit stuffy. Do you get that?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's why Jan was snoring, because the heating was on. Yeah.
Well, you should get him some. I don't know what it says because it's all in Thai, but you get some of this because I saw a bloke on TikTok shop and all he does, just one of those. Ooh, it's like almost like smelling salts, but the Thai style.
Okay, what's the name? What's the key ingredient there?
No idea.
Doesn't even researched it.
Hold on. Ingredients: methanol, camphor, borneol, and loads of herbs.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Oh, it's going to make me sneeze. Anyway, TikTok shop.
What is just okay? Stop.
I bought 2 of them, so if you want one, you can have one.
Who are you flinging that out to?
I don't know. Okay. I just get lost in TikTok shop and just buy shit I don't need.
Fine. Can we go to the big match of the weekend? Ireland versus Australia. The Irish giving Andy Farrell a winning send-off as he heads off for his new role as the British and Irish Lions head coach. Boys, a win's a win, right? Test match rugby, even though they left it late. Ooh. Max, start with you because Wilson's going to do his thing, isn't he?
No, I think we can finally say the best of this Irish team is behind them.
Bum, bum, bum.
However, great grit. They got it done. But Australia, the most improved team of this autumn series. Would we concur, gentlemen? There was some lovely interplay. I really enjoyed it. I thought that Australian attacks looking very fluid. There was some serious passing and stuff. Rob Valentini, take a bow. I think he's the man of the tour for me. What else can we say about this? I think Prendergast and Crowley, I think that's cool. I think two young 10s going to force themselves to get even better. That rivalry will be
but are they anywhere near as good as Sexton?
Yeah, but are you looking at Sexton at the end of at the very sort of apex of his career? Because was Sexton, like, if we go back in time, was Sexton that guy at that age?
Yeah, you got me there.
I think we got to give him time. I think there's lots to see there. I think like Prendergast and Crowley, maybe just taking it to the line. That's what Sexton was so good at, wasn't it? Having the guts and the grit to take to the line so hard. But that's what you're sort of seeing from you aren't seeing that quite from Prendergast and Crowley, but mate, they're both quite brilliant. I think they've got strong careers ahead of them.
Gentlemen, guess what's just round the corner? Christmas is round the corner. And also Max Leaf's birthday. And if you were looking to go and buy yourself a lovely little Christmas present for someone or a birthday gift for someone like Max Leaf, then Max, where would they head?
Wolfcraig.com.
That's right. They'd head over to wolfcraig.com and grab themselves a lovely bottle of gin or whiskey and gift it to a man whose birthday it is. What are you coming up to? 34, 35?
35.
35 years old. No, Mark, we're not asking you. It would be for Christmas, so no one needs to know how old you were. But as long as you're over 18, it would be absolutely fine. So make sure you head over to wolfcraig.com, grab yourself a wonderful bottle of something and gift it to someone. Wolfcraig.com. Thank you very much. Wolfcraig Distillers. Go check them out. They have. But looking at the Ireland team, it's almost a bit frustrating because a lot of them are going to get picked on the Lions tour. But they haven't played that well. I suppose they've got a Six Nations to go and perform in, so I've sort of give it to that. But they did stumble through that game again, and I was looking at it and thinking, right, are we going to find out whether who did it make look better? Did it make Scotland look better because they dished Australia up? Australia had another game under their belt, so they were rolling in with a little bit more momentum, so they went into this Ireland game maybe a little bit better. But Scotland did a bloody job on Australia.
I think Scotland can salivate for the Six Nations. I think
how
they
can.
can.
You managed to get it round to us? We're talking Ireland, Australia, and somehow I tell you what, that tells us Scotland are great.
Shut your little mouth. Shut your silly little mouth.
If you know it's good for you.
However, I do think Australia were, for sort of the second half of that Scotland game, did unravel a little bit too much of their own sort of creation. But yeah.
I just think, I don't know, Ireland still weren't up to where we've seen them before, I don't think. They were stuttering through a little bit in that game. And even Australia probably weren't as good. In the second half, it almost got a bit cagey. I just wanted them to throw the ball about a bit more. That's how they went and ended up beating England. And you just did feel like it was going to be the same sort of finish as they had at Allianz. Formerly known as Twickenham, formerly known as HQ. You thought it was coming. You thought I did think it was coming. I was pretty gutted. I don't think they used Joseph Suaalii as much as they should. I think I read somewhere that he only had 5 carries or something. And they're like banging up Len Ikatal, who's like the playmaker. They should be having him. One thing they have unravelled here and sort of shown, look how much the competition in the air with the new kick rules, look how important they are, right? He is going to be, everyone's going to be looking for a Joseph Suaalii now because if you can put a box kick up, if you can put a kickoff up, and no one's allowed to escort now, you're not allowed anyone getting in your way, just get an athlete that can get after it and get tap backs. It's an easy way to get your ball back. And he is good at that. So I reckon they've almost set a precedent that every team needs themselves a fetcher. Needs themselves one of those blokes that goes after it. You're thinking fucking Quidditch, aren't you, Mark? Look at you. I can see it.
No, it's like you were talking about like guys like Freddie Stewart, Suaalii, those kind of like rangy, sort of taller athletes. Yeah,
but I mean, I like Freddie Stewart, but he's nowhere near the athlete that Suaalii is.
Yeah, I concur with that. Yeah, there's some alien fast twitch in Suaalii. 100%.
But they need to just use him as much as possible because he's an absolute athlete. So yeah, like you said, one of the Australian finds, Valentini's been fantastic. But yeah, to see Suaalii come in the way he has, it's exciting for next year, isn't it? Where's he playing his club rugby? Do we know?
Tars.
Is he at the Tars? Is he?
Bloody Tars. Yeah.
There you go. But there you have it. I bet the Aussie boys still had a good night out in Dublin.
Shout out to Keane Healy.
Most capped.
Mate, that's mental. Because there was a time when he sort of fell out of the team. He's got back in there and he stayed in there. And like behind Andrew Porter, who's sort of integral to Ireland's sort of game plan. But, mate, unbelievable.
Yeah.
To oust Brian O'Driscoll's record like that.
Yeah, Brian O'Driscoll, like just through gritted teeth, like well done on comms. Well done.
So happy.
I think it was Nick Mullins, the commentator, was doing as much as he could to sort of say, so, how does it feel? I'm so happy for him. Fucking hell. There goes my record. But yeah, fair play to him. It was pretty impressive. I did like the Irish shirts. What was it, the 150th anniversary?
Yeah,
the special shirts.
Weren't they? They were good.
Yeah, nice little touch. But there you have it. That's the end of the autumn. Officially, the end of the Autumn Nation series.
And it's been a good one, hasn't it?
It really has. We've enjoyed it.
Reignited the Lions. We've seen some fabulous performances, and I think for us, of course, the brain and brawn for the Wallabies has spiced things up somewhat. Let's turn our attentions to a weekend of matches in England in the Prem. Max, you've obviously told us a little bit about that win over Harlequins in London. Fabulous stuff. But two of the biggest results of recent times. Start with the surprise, I suppose. Newcastle, well, both of them perhaps a surprise, but Newcastle beating the perennial powerhouse of Saracens. They were getting slated, no wins in over a year now. It's 2 wins in 3, and that's a scalp right there. No?
Not a surprise here though, Max, is it? Because
this is why I said I'm happy we had them first game away at that time of the year. Going there now, that's a dark Mordorian territory. That's a tough place to go. And now Dimes has got their tails wagging. He's got their fangs baring. It's looking interesting. Do you see the post-match celebrations? Dimes trying to sing the song? Has no idea. Has no idea what the lyrics are. But he's in there. Oh, mate. So good. How good. Yeah.
Well,
incredible scenes. Yeah.
That's why when you asked us at the beginning of this season, Mark, who are going to do well, who aren't, and we didn't even mention Sarries. That's because it's not. We just looked through it. Sarries had a stack.
You forgot.
Sarries are falling off the wagon, boys. This is it. They're a goner. Fair play to Newcastle though. They found some grit. They found some determination, and a team that we did write off. A team that I did write off. Oh, that's right. Exeter are now rock bottom.
They were my dark horses.
Struggle Street.
Although massive
your dark horse.
They were my dark horses. I'll take complete ownership of that statement. However, there was significant improvement. But yeah, Bath, the big blue, black and white machine rolls on. They got it done.
Ollie Lawrence is just on another.
Yeah, he's handy. He's handy. Very, very dominant.
It helps when you got the maestro putting you through holes, though, with Finn the Muscle Russell. But we're going to do a preview, aren't we? So we'll just quickly ramp through these ones, won't we?
Yeah, okay. Gloucester, though, who, to be fair, Ryan, I don't like being fair to you, Ryan, but you did say that they would be they were your dark horses, and they've just won at the champions Northampton, and El Maestro Carreras with 20 points as well.
Is that Max? Do you think right? I see this weekend that's just happened as one of those weekends where it's an opportunity for the weaker teams to get one over the others, because a lot of the internationals aren't able to play, are they? Like England players aren't able to come back. Same, a lot of the Scotland players are rested. Obviously, the Ireland players. You look at Leinster, had half a team against Ulster. So Ulster nearly pipped it. So I know
there's also like the break, isn't there? So like a lot of those sort of frontline players haven't been playing because of the Prem Cup. Yeah. They get the rest. There's been a lot of off-field training. Teams are sort of figuring out what they needed to get better at. I think that's a big part of it as well.
Yeah. So, fair play to Gloucester. It's a good win, though. It's a good win. It helps them out, and it doesn't help Northampton out, who are now 8th in the...
I know. How quick was that?
Mate, that's crazy. 1-3, lost 4. Points difference of -14. And they're well in 8th as well, with Quins just above them with 19 points. So, yeah, it's a strange one this season.
But Sale getting themselves a big win as well. Previously high flying, at home to previously high flying Leicester with a bag.
Massive change from that team that went down to Bath and got served up quite significantly. I think that obviously George Ford coming in there with Dupree in the back line, just orchestrating everything, and then you got the 2 spicy curries and Dupree, and then another Dupree coming off the bench. It makes a big difference. A lot of physical influence in that pack. Asher doing bits. You see his little pick and go for the try. Very nice, very nice. Eyes up rugby. Cowan Dickey's coming back to the sort of peak of his powers, hitting some nice form. Just Bevan Rod had a strong game as well. I thought they got on top of Leicester in that set piece. Mate, they're high flying statistically in terms of scrum dominance. So, mate, massive effort from the Sale pack.
But they've got the mighty Glasgow Warriors this week, and they don't stand a chance.
Well, we'll get onto that. Give your previews in a sec. We will get onto that. But let's turn our attentions to the URC and Glasgow. Edging Scarlets. Let's start there, Ryan. Take us through.
Oh, it was a bit of a weird one. It wasn't the prettiest game. Like you said, 5 weeks out, bit of rustiness there, Max. And Glasgow. Have you ever heard of a team that named 4 hookers in a team?
So what's happening? What's going on?
Just injuries. I mean, they've got a load of second row injuries. Richie Gray's obviously pissed off to Japan for the yen.
Yeah, but I feel like certain types of hooker are very good in the back row. You just have the right one.
Exactly. And they play a similar brand, don't they? They sit out on the edges and they carry in the loose edges. So I know that, but it was quite exciting. I said it on comms. I was like, it's going to be like a Rassie moment. He's going to bring 3 hookers on for a laugh just to see what happens. Inexperienced pack, but they got it done. Glasgow, they managed to find a way. I did feel like, speaking to a couple of the boys afterwards from Scarlets, it was like one they missed. They got away from them. But they ground out a gritty win. I mean, but Glasgow, backline ridiculous. Poor old Hastings, though, boys. Picked up.
No.
Yeah, bad. Like, I'm talking bad enough that I thought he was dead. He pick off the back Fafita, big Fafita. He's come.
Oh, mate, you do not want that.
Hastings gone low, and he's got his head on the wrong side. And Fafita, nothing horrible. He's just leg drive, knee straight into the jaw, split his jaw straight down there. Split, like fucking properly cracked. So yeah, he's having an op. He's fucked again. Poor old Hastings out again. I felt a bit bad. He sent me a video of him in hospital with like his chin, and I said, "Mate, chin up, son."
Yeah,
no. But I was after. I was
that's mate, putting the salt in the proverbial wound. Yeah,
I was trying to make him feel better. I did say, "Listen, I'll come and see you in the hospital," but I think I'd just end up making you laugh, and I don't think that's what you want when you've got a sore chin. But yeah, fucking feel for the man. Like honestly. The worst luck ever. So, the only sort of solace I could offer, I said, "Don't worry, you can come and host the Golf Channel with me."
I bet you said that really early on as well.
Chuck that right in there. Yeah.
Trying to find things for him to do, but bloody hell, I feel for him. But speedy recovery to our old mate Hastings. But yeah, Glasgow off to Another good win, and I think they're second now behind Leinster in the league, maybe. We're going to double check that right now. Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah.
Second in the league behind Leinster. And then across to Edinburgh, where, like I said, 35-0 at halftime. Max.
Yeah, I was following because Maggie was starting here.
Ah, yes, of course, yeah. And then the second half, it was like, oh no. But they were playing into a bloody strong old breeze, but they just couldn't exit. And at one point in the second half, bearing in mind 35-0 at half time, it was 40 points to 33, Mark. Benetton had brought it back. Augustin Creevy, 110 caps for Argentina, first appearance, come off the bench, 39 years old. I'm going, what am I doing sat up here? I should be out there. But he's got himself a couple of meat pies and nearly did it, but then Edinburgh pulled away. So, it was squeaky bum time for them. Like I said, some other results in the league, you look at maybe that Leinster game that was pretty close. But the big talking news, Mark, go on. You say who's fourth?
Cardiff, up to fourth.
Whose dark horse were they?
Oh, damn it.
Were they?
I was so wondering why you were, even before, you're like, mate, feel free to...
Well, people were saying the Sharks were their dark horse. I was like, you can't have a dark horse that have got like...
The whole spring,
30 World Cups between them. That just isn't fair. Hold on a minute. Did you just swig out of a champagne bottle?
No.
Show me that bottle. No. Oh, I thought it was a shot.
I'm not
you're on the moe.
That is not.
So yeah, it's Cardiff, another double. But listen, they're doing all right. They're fighting through. So the URC's healthy as well. But this is it, boys. All of this is over. It's just one round. It was a little flash in the pan because now we're on to the big boy tournament, aren't we?
Let's do it. Champions Cup. Let's look ahead. Let's start with, because Ryan has been talking a lot about, don't get those Thai-smelling drug salts out, that Ryan is going to be at half of these games anyway working, but the big one, Bristol versus Leinster. We are all there together.
Oh, yeah.
Would have made so much sense to start on the opening game of the weekend, but let's go. Bristol versus Leinster.
So let's talk about this, right? With Ireland playing this weekend, what sort of team will Leinster put out?
Don't know. What does Pat think? Surely, were you even in the meeting this morning?
No, day off, Sunday game.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You talked about the game already. Oh, okay.
Day off.
That is a good question. Yeah, well, hey.
Do they go strong? Leinster, historically, last season, were sending sort of a second choice of a few boys, but they might want to start the tournament off strongly.
Nah, I reckon they've got to rest their players. I think they're going to rest a lot of their players.
I think they can rest any time within 5 weeks of.
Yeah, they can. They can, but they can, I suppose. But
trying to lure Max into a false sense of security.
No. I want all the smoke, Mark. I want all of it. I want Andrew Porter breathing down my clavicle. I want him to molest me. I want all of it.
I'm trying to look now. Hold on. Who have Leinster got the week after? They've got. They haven't got La Rochelle.
What are you doing? You're just looking up what Leinster's fixtures are. They've got Clermont after that.
Oh, Max,
you're
at home.
They're at home to Clermont.
Right, Max, I think they're going to have to go a little bit heavier because I think they back themselves at home against Clermont. This is the game they need to win, get off to a good start. I think they're going to bring the big guns. It's not going to be the team you saw play against Ulster just there at the weekend.
Yeah, but can't take them lightly either. Very strong depth at Leinster.
Do you know what could be exciting? He was water boy at the weekend.
I know. They'll probably get him on, won't they?
Who?
The great Barrett.
Jordie.
Jordie.
Oh, my gosh. How exciting.
Jordie, come here now. I'm going to get you. It should be fantastic.
It's a big one. Boys, we're all going to be there together as well. How exciting.
It should be a jolly good time.
Unbelievably, Mark and producer Jim asked Max to organise the accreditations for them. So there's a good chance if you see Mark outside the stadium at Bristol Bears on Sunday afternoon, Max has forgotten to ask for the accreditation.
Just vox popping people outside during the game.
Better content.
But hey, if you see us, come and say hello. Make sure you come over and tell us that you follow the pod and come and say hello, and maybe you get a little shout out. But it's a big one. But it all starts Friday night. They've got all the big guns out: Big Lawrence Dallaglio, Simon Zebo, John Barkley, Andy Good, Martin Bayfield, all down at the Rec for Bath versus La Rochelle.
That
sounds amazing. Wait, hang on, Brian. Have we asked Max? Are you sorting out a night for us in Bristol on Sunday? That's before the more important.
I don't drink anymore. Can I just remind you of that?
Right, fine.
Nothing. We can do something, but don't expect like miracles. All right. The three of us together is a jolly good time enough, isn't it?
We're going to end up in that weird cider garage again, aren't we?
No, not that place. The old bathtub cider garage, eh? It's like moonshine. You remember smelling the cider? It smelled like a barnyard. It was mental. But anyway,
well, stay tuned on our socials because we'll be putting some stuff out on socials, and there's a good chance I'll be talking about naked roommates. I might end up rooming with Mark that night, so I can't wait. Or can we all stay at your house? You remember you invited us to your house, actually, Max, ages ago. Are we allowed to stay at your house yet?
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
If you want.
I'll tell Premier Sports that I've got.
No, don't. I've already booked the hotel. So just quickly, on the side of things, do you remember that we asked the guy why it was called that name, and then he gave a massive story about it was their friend of theirs who'd passed away, like huge story. And then we were like, oh, that's nice. Well, it's not nice, but it's nice you guys have set up this bar for him. What's his name? And the guy couldn't remember his name. It's pretty.
We shouldn't laugh. You're out of order, Mark.
I don't know why I just said that. Right, Bath, La Rochelle, go.
You're obsessed with drinking and alcohol.
Bath, La Rochelle, what are we saying? Right, does La Rochelle send a big team?
But they send a big team. But Bath, the Rec, the occasion, how big it is. It's Europe. We've spoken about it.
Are La Rochelle still a premier force in the Champions Cup going by the last season?
I'm excited.
I'm very excited. Go do the a cappella song. the theme song for Champions Cup. How's it go again? Okay.
You got to give me that. Yep.
Oh, it's so good. It just stirs the loins.
I think that was right.
That was right. You've smashed that. But yeah,
anyway. How good. So yeah, we're going to be down at the Rec, and then. But who you got then? So let's just go with that one. Who have you got? Bath versus La Rochelle. What are you saying, Max Laheath? Go.
Bath by 10.
Ooh, Bath by 10. I'm going to say Bath by 2.
Oh wow, tight. Okay.
Right. Okay. Next game up, we've got
Glasgow Sale.
Oh, well, I was just going to rattle through them, but yeah, we shouldn't do that, should we? Sharks Exeter. Sharks are going to hammer them. Oh, poor old Exeter. They're going to get demolished, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll go with Sharks by 15.
Claremont versus Benetton. Claremont, easily.
Claremont, yeah.
Easy?
I think so. Yeah, Benetton didn't look very good at the weekend until the second half.
All right.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
Yeah.
Boys, I tell you, this is a big one. Stormers Toulon in Cape Town. That's a pretty cool matchup, eh?
Toulon are looking
tasty at the moment.
Yeah, they're looking healthy.
Fourth in top Qatars, yeah.
And Stormers on the weekend lost to Sharks?
Yes, they did, yes. Bloody hell, look at this, stat man.
I'm going to go with... will Toulon travel well to that?
Quick.
I'm going to go with Toulon.
I'm going Stormers just because it's a long old travel and they're not used to that, going that far. Northampton Cast. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's tough. Both teams in sort of... I'm going to go with... that's at Franklin's Gardens.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Saints.
And we've got Munster versus Stade Francais at Munster at Thomond Park. I'm going Munster.
Munster.
Just the
Stade
grit.
are not doing well in top 14.
Saris versus Bulls at Saracens at the other Alliance. Is it still called Alliance?
It is.
That's stupid, isn't it? No, we get mixed up.
Saris
Bulls.
Bounce back.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, be hard though, man. Bulls are tough.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Saris just got beat by Newcastle, Max Leaf.
I know, but it's just like it's. I think that's a sort of anomaly rather than a representation of Saracens as their form. But I'll go with. No, I think Bulls might do it. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with you. I'm sticking with the Bulls, and then we got Glasgow versus Sale. Oh, I can't wait for this one. I'll be doing this one as well. They're coming up to the Fortress, mate. Up to Scotstoun Stadium. There ain't no way Sale are doing it.
No chance.
No, we're saying over level. The Tadina, he's coming up here, but it's too cold for him. Nah.
George, our kid Ford. Our kid. Three Duprees. Cutler Curries.
Nah. I'll tell you, we've done them before. We've done them down there before, so we'll do them up here.
Okay, I'm going to go with Sale.
Ah, yuck. You absolute tosser.
I just got to play devil's advocate here.
Racing versus Harlequins at Racing. 18 degrees indoors. You going Racing?
Is Faz fit? Faz is injured, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Mark, is he? Is he injured?
I just made that up. I heard something like that. Maybe I did.
Is he actually injured?
I might have made it up.
Don't know. Well, let's just call it Racing versus.
Yeah, he is injured. You're absolutely right.
I'm going Racing. I don't think. We saw that. Did we see that last year where all the Quins fans went over and they had their own little section? It looked pretty cool, didn't it?
I don't know. Quins get weird for Europe, though.
Yeah, they do get weird for Europe, but you've just dusted them up as well.
Yeah.
Quins or Racing?
Smith back. I reckon I'm going to go with Quins.
I'm going to go Racing. Bordeaux Begler versus Leicester. Bordeaux at home. Big Johnny Gray doing the business. I'm going Bordeaux. What are you saying, Max?
Yeah, Bordeaux are they're so hot right now. They're like Hansel, yeah.
Blair the Schmog Kinghorn and his old mate Willis with Dupont, who he reckons, by the way, is good at golf.
Lads, can we talk about Dupont, though? Last couple of games for France. Is he a little off at the moment? A little bit off? A little bit... Is he a little human?
A little bit human. Has Dupont become a human? Has he lost his kryptonite?
Oh, is it? Is the French Kryptonian?
Surely not.
No.
Surely not.
No, it's a no. It's a straight no. Max,
he doesn't do that.
Okay, fine.
Well, we'll see. Toulouse versus Ulster. Surely you're going with Toulouse.
Toulouse.
Okay, and then more importantly, the most important one of the weekend, Bristol versus Leinster. Be a bird, I know be a Bristol bird. I'm a blackbird.
That's not how it goes, but yeah, you've got the melody somewhat correct.
Yeah. Okay, what are we going?
Lads, we're going to do it.
I think you boys are going to do it.
Oh, really, Ryan?
Yeah.
Is that you're being serious?
No, I'm being serious. I'm backing the boys. I'm backing my boys at Bristol. That's what I do, and I'm going to do it on Telebox as well when I'm down
on
there.
Telebox. I'm going to get it done, lads.
Let's fucking air them.
Oh no, but they'll be gunning.
They'll be frothing at the bit.
The rabies after last year's campaign, they'll be very desperate to get this one done.
When the request comes in for an interview from Ryan Wilson before the game, you cannot turn it down.
Yeah. Max, that is a rule. That's actually a rule. That is a rule now, okay? That is absolutely
but don't make me do anything silly.
I'm not going to make you do anything silly. I'm just
not going to ask you to get your top off.
Okay, fine.
I'll maybe just say, listen, should you want me to warm up with you and just pack down? And I'll just give you a couple little shoulders and stuff. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of a shoulder roll.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And I also enjoyed your little weirdness with ITV. Very funny with the clip that they just popped up.
Did they put it up?
Yeah, went up today.
I didn't see it.
Where you polished Josh Caulfield's head and... So shiny. Tom Jordan was asking me all about the Bristol Bears, the lair, the fucking X-Men lair, and I was like, oh, you wait. They grow their own biltong in there. It's unbelievable. Boys, I'll tell you what, we've got for a fair bit there.
Well done, fellas. Just a quick word to finish up on that RFU Bill Sweeney bonus scandal, if there's a better way to put it.
Oh, Brian Badonde, way to bring down the bloody mood.
Sorry, mate, but it's been, hitting up the headlines. For those who haven't seen it, obviously the RFU's chief executive paid a lot of money, just over £1 million, and then he's got this sort of long-term incentive plan where he got over, I think, 350 grand or something as part of a voluntary pay cut that they'd taken for 6 months during the COVID pandemic, but ended up obviously making a lot more than the money they sacrificed in a year of record losses, over 40 redundancies. And the funny one, fellas, the England players, so some who've come out, but no one's named, but they obviously took a 25% pay cut, but they were under pressure to extend that reduction for 3 or more years. And they refused when they discovered, obviously, senior RFU executives had gone back to full pay. What do we think, for boys? People laid off, record losses, but huge bonuses.
Sack him. Get rid of him.
That's so you don't even know.
Matt, do you know what? Max, am I right in saying when Mark said he got paid over $1 million and then a bonus of 350, he went, "Is that all?"
Just shut up.
Peasant money, isn't it, Mark?
Sorry, is that all? What's everyone complaining about? Sorry, I don't understand. No, listen, boys, seriously though, that is a disgrace.
Yeah, that's slightly fish.
You can't be like the people that are out there, getting their head smashed in. Shouldn't say that either, should you? The people out there going and putting their bodies on the line and doing the business on the field that are taking the pay cuts, getting pushed to take even more pay cuts, and then you've got someone at the top that's just sat there. I've seen them, boys. I've seen people up in the offices. They do nothing.
No, they do something.
They do. They get anxiety when they've got a hangover on a Monday morning. But it's just mental. I can't understand how people are paying themselves that much money at the top when there's all this struggle at the bottom. It's just not right. There's my 2 pence, Max.
Yeah, to be honest, he's been shrouded in a bit of controversy, hasn't he? In the past as well. A lot of people have been calling for Big Sweeney's head. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, fam. It's not looking good, bruv.
Fair enough. By the way, something made me laugh, guys. I forgot. I didn't tell you, but there's a new thing on YouTube. Everyone like, subscribe, usual thing. Please comment. But there's a thing which tells you now whether any of your videos have been copyrighted on other kind of channels, and Ooh. We've got one that's been copyrighted. But what really made me laugh, it's our
gay porn channel
Suaalii hit on Sione, right? So the one we've just put up, it's got more views than the one that we put up, even though we've got way more subscribers than the person who's put it up.
Ryan's fuming.
Who is it?
The ways of the algorithm.
It's a random guy.
I don't know. It better not be that bloke that we tried to steal the YouTube channel off. Maul, what was his name? Darth Maul or something? Maul.
No, it's not him. It's
like Darth Maul.
It's somebody who's just put up the video, and I think he's got a better tagline than yours, Ryan. Sorry, but have a look at it.
What do you mean? A tagline than mine? What have I done wrong?
I don't know, but it's. I'm just saying, you put up the YouTube short.
Oh, the YouTube short. Yeah, I didn't do that bit. Oh no, I did do that bit, but it's because I got bored. I just stuck it up at a random time. But anyway, don't blame me. Blame yourself because you were meant to do it. Anyway, thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if that bloke find it any more of our clips going over there,
just
report.
Put our name in there. And we got a message as well, and we're kind to people who get in touch. Happy 70th birthday, yes, to Paul Rumble. Apparently big fan of the show, from his sons Ben, Scott and Wayne.
That was me. I wrote that.
Happy birthday.
Did you actually?
I'm going to now, though. I'm going to write.
Paul. Please don't you dare write messages to us and then hope that I will read them out with, from Philip McCracken. And I'm like, okay, thanks to Phil McCracken. And then you're in trouble. Okay, fair enough. In any case, we are coming in under an hour. So a huge thank you to Ryan and to Max, as always, and to all of you for listening and watching. We've got a lot of wonderful things coming up because we are, of course, all together for the first time in a long time, which has been very annoying, and I apologize for that, for being in Singapore. But we are going to be together for our show on Sunday, which is very exciting. And then we are doing our Christmas special. So can we... And there's a lot of surprises coming, including for Ryan and Max, because we need to do a bit more planning around it.
Oh, I can't wait to smell and touch you, boys.
It's going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing. But thank you all for listening and watching, and we will see you all next week.
Love you. Bye.
Ta-ta. More or nothing.